Hello and welcome to this week's top tips on moving home. If you're not a first-time buyer, then you're probably in a chain, and chains can be unpredictable, confusing and complicated. Rarely are they smooth, to be perfectly honest. If you're a second-time mover and selling one home in order to buy another, then you're forming part of a chain where each transaction depends on the others. If there's a weak link, for example, someone who's slow to respond to queries, this can cause significant delays for everybody else. And of course, the longer the delay, the greater the chance the chain will collapse. Also, any change in circumstances for anyone in the chain are going to have an impact on you, even if you're not actually directly involved in that transaction. Generally speaking, the shorter the chain, the better. So the first step is for you to gather as much information as you possibly can on who's involved in your chain. Having a healthy relationship and good communication with all concerned is certainly going to help along the way. With your solicitor, seller and their agent, try your best to find out things like, well, first of all, how many other properties are involved in the chain? What's the status of all of the other parties? Have they, for instance, all found somewhere to buy? What are their proposed timescales for moving? What are different people sort of having to factor around or work around? Who needs a mortgage? Have they been approved? Who's had a survey? Was it sufficient? If you manage to spot any glaring issues, and there are a myriad of potential stumbling blocks within chains, that they can include someone who can't meet the proposed timescale. Maybe there's a property that's received a poor survey. Maybe it'll have another poor survey. Maybe someone is having second thoughts, or someone's still waiting on confirmation of a new job or a place in the new school or something like that. If one person is slow or unresponsive, then you do need to consider your options. Are you in a position to impose a deadline, for example, to get responses? Could an alternative buyer be found for a problem property? Good agents should check in and manage each link in the chain on a weekly or fortnightly basis at the very least. But proactively gathering information yourself can certainly help with progress and kind of help to ease stress as well. Some handy hints to keep your chain moving include: ensure your solicitor keeps you in the loop and gives you best advice. Have an alternative contact for if your solicitor is out of the office. Do check that your agent is talking regularly to the rest of the chain and informing you and advising you. Keep copies of all of your documents handy. So storing them in the cloud, for example, is a very good idea. They're always accessible. You need to be able to be prompt with your responses wherever you are at the time. It's a good idea to either hand deliver or send documents via registered post. You want to be absolutely certain that they arrive on time. Agree dates with your agent and your solicitor and stick to them. If everybody sticks to them, everybody deals sufficiently well. If any deal in the chain falls through, it doesn't actually mean the end of buying your property, but sometimes there's nothing you can do to stop a chain from falling apart at the last minute. It does happen. Unfortunately, gazumping and gazundering are a common cause of this, and of course it's very hard to predict or to prevent either of those. You're not really in control. There are no guarantees, but it's fair to say that you can reduce the risk of abortive transaction costs by ensuring that you have an excellent, highly communicative solicitor on your team. If you need MoveIQ to connect you with one, then do please complete our online form and we'll do that straight away. We've added a link below to help you. I hope you found this useful and that your chain is plain sailing. Thanks for watching.